and gentlemen, it's time for another OBee Sports Talk Show. Yes, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the OBee Sports Talk Show, where I give my predictions, my opinions, my takes on sports, preferably the sports that of my teams. First off, I'd like to say I was wrong on my picks this week against Ohio State, at Penn State, and the Browns and the Jaguars. Hats off to the Browns for beating the Jaguars and coming up with a key red zone stop on defense to close out the Jacksonville Jaguars. So congratulations to the Browns. The Buckeyes, I was wrong. They lost to Penn State as they fell 20-14. And there's really nothing to say other than the Buckeyes looked really, really bad. And when I say bad, I mean bad. Offensively, didn't really show up. So that's all they're going to say about that. Hopefully, we get win in our last game of the season. In the regular season, anyways, we will probably get to a bowl game, but it won't be a big bowl, whoop-de-doo-dah. So we're going probably to the Holiday Bowl or the Pizza Bowl or Toilet Bowl. I don't know. Do we deserve to go to a bowl? Probably not. Will we probably get killed? Probably. But that's another story. It is Ohio State rivalry week as they will take on that team up north, Michigan. Big game for both sides, trying to get something done against each other. Michigan has a chance to probably get to a pretty good bowl, maybe a BCS bowl, or maybe they're going to the Capital One or the Outback Bowl. So hopefully Ohio State comes on top. They get fired up and they kick that team up north's butt in their own backyard. And it would make it bittersweet to a season that's been at best. So with that said, I will make my prediction. And my prediction is Ohio State 19, Michigan 16. So I got Ohio State winning by 3 with a goal line stand again this week as Michigan falls to the Buckeyes 19-16 in this Ohio State-Michigan week, or rivalry week, all week long. You're going to hear people talking smack about who's going to win the big game, who's the better team, blah, 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 blah. You're going to hear it all this week. Got the Ohio State hat. We're going to support them all week long, no matter what happens on Saturday in Michigan's backyard. Hopefully it's Ohio State victory. That would be bittersweet to a conclusion of a season where it was at best. I really don't know what's going to happen at the end of the season with them having a coach. There's already speculation, rumors going on that Urban Meyer is coming to Ohio State, and hopefully that's the case. I mean, that would be a great coach to have here in Columbus. But I really think it's going to come down on whether he wants to coach a team that could be on a 2-year bowl ban or a 3-year bowl ban. Hopefully that's not what keeps him from signing a contract with Ohio State, because you know he's going to be able to get recruits in, and then once we're off the bowl ban, we'll probably have a good solid team. So maybe that first couple of years may not be so good anyways. So if he can come here and get his own players, and after that bowl ban will be in good shape to contend with the first year that he's got his own players in here and whatnot. It would definitely be great to see get Ohio State back on track and get them back on the map with a big name coach. Other coach possibilities out there, there's been rumor of maybe Bo Pelini. I even heard, you never know, you can maybe hear the name Mark D'Antoni if he leaves Michigan State. Bob Stoops, he's been rumored here, preferably probably somebody that probably was either a coordinator or a assistant coach at Ohio State, could make his way back here, our homegrown guy that went to Ohio State, and is coaching elsewhere in the college football or the NFL. That's still up in the air for discussion, and what might happen. Nobody seems to know at this point. It would be nice, not to say that I think Luke Fickell's done a bad job. I just think everything that he kind of got shafted a little bit this year, having a couple guys out because of stupidity stuff and being stupid and being suspended for most of the season. So with the cards he was dealt, 7-8 wins, you're thinking that's pretty good for this team. I mean, I really thought maybe it was going to be less the way the season started to unfold as the season started going along and progressing, and I didn't really know what to expect from them. But we'll see what happens with that and where Ohio State goes next as they move forward. Let's get into the Browns here a little bit. They had a nice win against Jacksonville. I'm sure there's a lot of people that didn't think they were going to win the way they've been playing. Really have been kicking themselves in the foot, too, with dumb calls. And that's the other thing with Ohio State. They need a new offensive coordinator. If Fickell stays, Bowman's got to go. And same thing with the Browns. We need an offensive coordinator. Shermer's been coaching the offense, calling the plays and everything like that. He's been the head coach, offensive coordinator. That just does not work. To be successful in coaching, you got to have a head coach. You got to have offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator. You can't have one guy being the head coach and calling the offensive plays or defensive plays. It just doesn't seem to fit. I really don't know what to tell you other than that. I mean, that's just ridiculous right there. And there's no excuse for it. And there's not like there's guys out there that we can't go to and bring in here to coach. They have Cincinnati coming up. They're really getting to the tough and the grindy of their schedule, as Cincinnati did fall to those hated Baltimore Ravens by so many people. And I think that one's in Cincinnati too. So it's a toss-up game. The first game, the Browns kind of let their guard down late in the ball game, and Cincinnati took it to us. I think the Browns will come back with vengeance this week. I'm not going to pick against the Browns this week either. I did last week, but I'm not going to this week. I'm going to say that the Browns win 24-16. Browns will win 24-16 over the Cincinnati Bengals. I just think we got some momentum going right now, and regardless of Peyton Hillis plays or not, this Chris Obagaya or Ganyai or whatever his name is, looks like he's been playing pretty well, and Colt McCoy is playing a little bit better, and our defense obviously has really stepped it up the last few weeks, even though it's only resulted in one win. I'm gonna go with Cleveland this week, saying they're gonna win 24-16 over the Cincinnati Bengals, and then maybe the last game we win this season. Who knows? It's really going to come down to how well they play and whatnot. But I'm going to go ahead and give it to Cleveland this week. And maybe they can build on momentum they had from last week and carry it over to this week. And we shall see. The BCS standings is all screwy right now with Oklahoma State, Oregon, Oklahoma, Stanford, who lost a couple weeks ago, all going down, and now it sits at the top with LSU, Alabama, Arkansas. 3 teams in the SEC sit at 1, 2, and 3. And you got teams like Penn State and Houston. And even Oklahoma sneaking back in there. Makes it kind of interesting with a big game between LSU and Arkansas this week, where Arkansas seems like they average 40 points a game. And LSU doesn't give up. LSU doesn't score that many points a game. But LSU's defense is pretty tough. They did shut down Alabama, beat Alabama 9-6. It could be a slugfest game. It could be not so slugfest game. I'm going to say Arkansas comes out on top. I think they're going to upset LSU. They're going to knock LSU off of their high horse right now. So that would make it interesting. You have Arkansas and Alabama there. And I don't know where the SEC, who's on what side of the SEC. But you could have Arkansas, Alabama, and then if Oklahoma and Stanford keep rising, you could have maybe Stanford or somebody sneak back up in there. Who knows what will happen. But I think Arkansas is going to upset LSU this week. I think that's going to be my big upset this week. We're going to try to start picking upsets this week as the game goes on. And as far as that goes, let's go ahead and pick the Thanksgiving game day. Thanksgiving games. I will pick Detroit over Green Bay. That's going to be my other one that upsets. Because it's Thanksgiving, Detroit does not lose. I'll pick Detroit to upset Green Bay by 3. They'll beat them by 3 points. I'll pick the Cowboys to roll over Miami this week. And San Francisco, I'm not sure who they're playing. They got a Thursday night game on NFL Network. I will predict San Francisco to keep on winning and pick up another win this week. But my upset of the week will be Detroit will knock off Green Bay as they rebounded to beat Carolina Panthers. This has been OBee Sports Talk Show. I hope you enjoyed it. And as always, thank you for listening. Goodbye.